New York session starts in a few minutes and I will show you what market looks like today and how to trade it. Let's go to the chart. We're in the USDT dominance of Tether at 4-hour time frame. Again, we're gonna analyze USDT first because it's gonna impact almost the entire market. So you would know what Bitcoin is gonna look like, or what Ethereum or other altcoins gonna look like. First things first. Right now we have hit a very major. Let me go to the other one. This might be a little bit cleaner chart here. We have here on daily time frame. So if you remember from the previous video, definitely go ahead and watch that. If you haven't watched it, today's July 17th, but you have to check the July 16th, what we talked about. The previous video was really important. So what we had here, if you remember, we had this huge order block here. Once we hit this line here, the price moved all the way up. So this was a very, very strong support for dominance. The same comes here. Right now we're at this level. But the difference is that right now here at these two specific levels, we have a lot of liquidity. So moving forward, it's going to be a little bit harder, but if we break above this, definitely the next target is going to be 9.2. So watch out for this. Yesterday was a very, very easy day. So if you remember on yesterday time frames, we had a lot of good trades and we knew that this would definitely happen. But for today, things are a little bit risky. I mean, there is a good chance that we close daily green, but again, giving us a good chance to trade on New York sessions, it might be a little bit harder than yesterday. So remember, we had this previous order block. Once we hit this support here, at this support, we went all the way up. Right now, we may expect something like this, but we have to first wait for one more confirmation that I will show you. Let me go back. First of all, definitely make sure to have this price tag on your chart, because there is a good chance that in 1-2 days, we may face the same thing again. For example, we go up all the way up, and for tomorrow or the day after that, we may see one touch on this order block and have one more. We can have a lot of also trades on this, because right now we're in the daily time frame, so there will be a lot of good trades at this specific zone. And again, we're talking about scalpers, right? Not the swingers, or if you're working on daily or time frames. But for higher time frame, I should also say that this might be the last leg. So this is the best time to have some money, make some money ready, and then again, this is not financial advice. We're just talking about the chart. But this can be a good potential place for dominance of Tether to go bearish after this leg. So we can see something like this. For example, if we go all the way up here and it cannot break this green box, then there's a good chance that, let me scroll down a little bit, that we can go all the way down here. Okay, so our target's gonna be, the first target's gonna be 7.7. Remember, 7.7 is gonna be one of our important targets. But then this is daily time frame and we have to wait. It's not good for scalpers. Scalpers just need to know the trend of the day, so they know what direction to trade. Let's go back to the 4-hour time frame. Yesterday we talked about this. So we were in this box and we went all the way up. And right now, the confirmation that I told you for the full bearish momentum, it's going to be this level, 8.67. If we break above this level, if we do something like this, then on the pullback, on the retracement, on the same box, you can make trades all the way up to the 9%. So this is very important. You can make this, and definitely go ahead, just check it out. Have this box on your chart. The bottom line is 8.67, and then the top line is going to be 8.72. All right. So this box is really important. If we get to it, have a pullback. On the pullback, we're going to go full bearish on this, and it can take Bitcoin all the way down to probably 58, 57-ish. We're going to go to Bitcoin right after this. All right, let me see what we had on the 15-minute chart time frame. Yesterday, we also had one beautiful, very, very good educational piece. If you remember on the educational, what we talked about, I drew these lines for you, this BOS, the lines here, the breakup structures. We had this one, and what I told you was that if you remember, from here we drew one Fibonacci all the way up to the top, and then we said when we drew this box, the white box here, and what we talked about was that once we hit this, we're gonna go up. Well, I mean, we were up here, so it was just an educational point. And from here, what we were all the way top here, okay? What we talked about is that do the same from the bottom to the high, get another Fibonacci, and then again, at the important levels, at the OTE, which is the same zone here, we can make another long. So as you can see, we had a few ups and downs here, and then price pushed all the way up to top here. And I've also shared this on my Telegram channel. You can see that, you can see it there too. So we had the same exact point, same price. And right now we're making the same move. But remember, the difference between yesterday and today, this is the whole point of it. The difference between yesterday and today is that today the market is a little bit of low momentum. So the fact that if we can break this, it's a little bit low, okay? We might be here for a while. There might be some more consolidation, something like this here, okay? Then before going up. There's a good chance that we see something like this, okay? There is a good chance that we still be in this consolidation. And if you can see this, right now, we had a huge liquidity on this box. By liquidity, what I mean is that, remember from previous, here we had straight candles all the way up, okay? We had green candles all the way up, green candles. But going forward, the green candles are not, they don't look like this anymore. They're not all full-bodied and long candles. They're getting smaller. They have also shadows. It means that the momentum is getting weaker and weaker. And here in this box, we can see that there is not much of momentum anymore. And right now, the candles are not making big bullish candles. If it does, then it's good to go ahead and make some more short positions. But right now, what we have is very small candles and it's still stuck here. So we gotta wait. And also the next target of ours is going to be, well, first of all, here, these two lines, these are very good. It can be our next target for dominance of Tether. So from here, if you're scalpers and if you wanna do long on Bitcoin or on the crypto market, then once we hit this, it can give us some good scalps. But remember, the entire trend is bearish for market of crypto. All right, let me move on to the Bitcoin and see how does the Bitcoin look like for us. So right now I'm on 4-hour time frame. Again, my chart is a little bit messy. It's not all my fault. It's actually good. I'm proud of it because these are what the smart money concept and ICT concept that strategy trader drew on my chart. So I don't really need to think a lot. Like once I open my chart right now, I put one order at here, one short at here. If it hits, good. If not, then it's okay. I mean, there are still a lot of other places that I can open my short, sorry. So the next step that we're gonna do, this is 4-hour time frame, okay? Oh, sorry, this is 1 hour. Let me go to 4-hour. On the 4-hour time frame, oh, even if you had this from before, I forgot to mention, you could have get this long here. This was also a good long. We do have one more liquidity below this, so I would go to the bearish on 1-hour time frame. On the bearish momentum on the hourly time frame, we have broken down a few lows. How do I know that this is a bearish or not? How do I make short positions or how do I do this? It's very simple. All you have to do is to find the highs and lows. We have the high here, we got the low, high, low, high, low. And then once we broke below this, so okay, I will ignore this one. We had all these highs and lows, right? Let me draw this. This was the last low from the chart that I drew. Once I broke below this low, then I know that the sellers, they're going to push it down and down. So what I expect is that once we have a pullback, so after this candle, we have a pullback to the top, And then from here, I can open my short positions. And this is something that we also talked about in the Telegram channel too. Still, the bearish momentum exists. Still, we can go a little bit further down, but there's a huge liquidity zone here. I will draw this here. There's a huge liquidity zone here that it may get us stuck. And also, again, good for scalpers. If you want to take some more long positions, this might be a good price for you to take long positions. All right, both 62, 32, and this price too. So these are also the 62, 35. Again, not financial advice. Please do not open any long positions. All I'm saying is that you have to have your eyes on this, so you can understand how the market works. You can have a better understanding of how to make a good trade. And once you practice this a few times and you thought you're good, then go ahead on your chart, find the good spots and open it, because we do have a lot of other order blocks down here that the price can still reach them. So you must be very, very careful. I mean, there might be a news coming up. It takes all your shorts and longs and it's gonna liquidate you in a few seconds. So it's not a joke. The entire market is pretty serious, and it's gonna rob us, right? At the end of the day, it's going to take the money. So make sure you have the right risk management, and also on the chart too. Make sure you have the right spots on the chart. All right, let me go back to the 15 minutes time frame. 15 minutes time frame doesn't look much different than the 1 hour. So again, the same things that we had before. From here, right now we are in this huge zone, liquidity zone, and then breaking below this again, we may get stuck here. This is the same thing that I also showed you in dominance of Tether, just the reverse of it. So you can see it here, and the same here, what we had exactly inverse of it. If I invert this chart, you can see it exactly the same, right? Both looks the same. So what I expect here is that we may have a few more probably consolidations before hitting here, and this can be also a good zone for both. I mean, again, you have to wait for short confirmations. Shorts are just valid below 62, 68, like below this low here. Once we're below this, you can open either this or on top of here. So we're not going to trade in the middle of the trend. Again, today is going to be a little bit more risky. As you can see on the chart, we have a few huge zones of liquidity, which gives us a lot of consolidations. There's a good chance that we may stuck in this box for at least for a few hours. And tomorrow is also Saturday. The weekend's close, so weekend it's going to be a little bit low volatility. Make sure you have the right moves. Again, there are good days in the market. Today is one of the risky ones, but there are also good days that we can trade better with more confidence. If you want to make trades, make sure that you listen to what I said, and you also have your own analysis, you have your own chart, your own style of trading, and I'm pretty much sure that you can make very good decisions. And I hope you have a really good and profitable day. Stay safe.